Hello friends, welcome to ixamBee. I am Vidhika and today in this video I am going to discuss a 75-day study plan with you. I'll also discuss syllabus of the SEBI Grade A Legal Exam, complete strategy to prepare for this exam, and I'll also give you a general guidance in order to keep some things in mind while preparing for this exam. First of all, let's understand the exam pattern. There are two phases in the exam. In both the phases, there are two papers. In paper 1 and phase 1, there are four subjects: Quant, Reasoning, English and GA. And in each subject, there will be 20 questions, making a total of 80 questions. The cutoff is 30% out of 100. In paper 2, there will be 50 questions of 100 marks and both the papers are MCQs type. The overall cutoff is 40% out of 200. That means you just have to score 80 marks and you will appear in phase 2. Now moving to phase 2. Here paper 1 is descriptive, in which there will be essay, précis and comprehension. Paper 2 is legal, in which there will be multiple choice questions, again MCQs, 50 questions of 100 marks. There are two things that you must do before starting preparation for any exam. First, go through the previous year papers for that exam in order to understand what are the type of questions that come in exam, in order to understand the pattern of the exam. And the other one is mock test. Attempt at least one mock test to understand where you are at your preparation, what is your level at present. At ixamBee, we offer free mock test and also previous year papers. In this previous year paper tab, you can find the previous year paper for all the exams. Also, you can download the law paper, paper 2 of 2020 and 2022 exam from my previous video, in which I discussed in detail all the exam questions. In free mock test section, you will find the mock test for both the phase 1, phase 2, paper 1, paper 2. And you can attempt one free mock test to see what is your present level of preparation. Now moving on, let's discuss a syllabus. I understand quant aptitude mathematics is really difficult for law graduates because they have left the subject maths after their 10th standard. So many students have a fear of quantitative aptitude. In this syllabus, in this topic, there is data interpretation, percentage, profit and loss, simple interest, compound interest, ratio and proportion, average and allegation, partnership and ages, time, distance and speed, train, mode and stream, quadratic equation, number series, mensuration, permutation and combination, and probability. Now, if you have less time in your hand and you want to devote more time on the other subjects which hold a higher weightage, for example, your law subjects. So from quant aptitude, you can prepare some of the important topics only. Now, what are these important topics? The first one is data interpretation. So this is a must. You will at least find 6 to 7 questions from data interpretation, maybe more than that. The next one is percentage and ratio and proportion. These are the two topics that will also help you in your data interpretation. And the other topics are quadratic equation and number series. If you prepare these 5 topics, you can at least attempt 7 to 8 questions in the exam, maybe near about 10, and thus they will be enough to clear phase 1. You just have to get 30 marks out of 100 for 4 subjects. Now moving to the reasoning subject, the important topics here are common sense reasoning, ranking, coding, decoding, coded inequality, direction and distance, syllogisms, input, output, coded blood relations, puzzles, seating arrangements, analytical reasoning, and data sufficiency. Puzzles and seating arrangements are a must. Though this is not relatively difficult, with practice, you can improve your reasoning. There is no calculation involved in this subject. So you can improve your reasoning by going through the puzzles, by practicing some of the easy questions and moderate and then difficult ones. In English, the syllabus includes reading comprehension, para jumbles, para completion, vocabulary, error spotting, sentence correction, close test, rearrangement of sentences, match the columns, etc. In GA, the important topics include banking reforms, regulatory bodies, international banking, banking in financial terms, so on and so forth. You can pause and read the important topics here. Now, in order to study GA, I'll advise you that you have to study 6 to 8 months GA before the exam. In order to prepare that, at ixamBee, we provide weekly and monthly Wikipedias, which are current affairs for the week and the month. And we are coming soon with the daily Wikipedias, in which the entire day current affairs will be uploaded in the evening. You can go through the file and your that day's current affair will be covered. You just have to maintain the continuity, regularity in reading the current affairs. Moving to the next part, that is law syllabus. In your SEBI legal notification, law syllabus is given very comprehensively. You have an exhaustive list of the law syllabus, and SEBI usually sticks with whatever weightages are provided in the exam. I have already discussed this in my previous video. Now in this video, I will continue with a study plan which you can use to strategize your preparation. You can follow to prepare for the August exam in case the notification comes. So here in week 1 for law, prepare Constitution of India. Once you are done with the topic, attempt its questions. And in GA, you have to go through the BPDA on a daily basis. Go through June's BPDA and the pending days of June, and also start with the January BPDA and prepare some of the topics of static GA. Like you can go with the key banking, financial, security market terms in this month. Also in Quant, I have given you some topics, shortcut tricks, simplification, approximation, surds and indices. You may as well skip one or two topics if you're not comfortable. I have already given you 5 topics from Quant which are very important for your exam preparation. So if you want, you can skip these topics as well if you have less time. But if you have plenty of time, you are able to devote a lot of time to your studies, then I won't advise you to leave any of the topics. Then in reasoning, start with easy level puzzles. Start with input, output, and ranking. Also, you can start with certain questions of analytical reasoning. In English, start with tenses. Moving to week 2. In every week, I have mentioned a tab of GA where you will be reading BPDA of June 2022 if the month is June, and one prior month BPDA. In Quant, go through series and quadratic equation. For reasoning, study coding, decoding, data sufficiency, coded inequality, and in English, study parts of speech, direct, indirect speech, etc. For law, start Companies Act. In week 3, continue with the Companies Act and also complete partnership and LLP, which are phase 2 subjects. Then in week 3, for Quant, you can go through percentages and average. In reasonings, prepare syllogisms, input, output. In English, prepare subject verb agreement and continue with daily BPDA of June or July, whichever month has started, and also cover March BPDA in week 3. In week 4, in Quant, cover profit, loss and allegation. In reasoning, study coded blood relations and input output. In English, study and error detection, sentence improvement. And in GA, again study the BPDA on a daily basis and April BPDA, and also practice a lot of MCQs. In law subjects, start with securities law. Cover all the 3 securities law, SEBI Act, SCRA Act, and Depository Act. I understand looking at the study plan, you might be confused. So in order to clear that confusion, we are conducting an e-seminar in which I will be there, Amrita ma'am will be there, and we will be taking up your doubts with respect to SEBI legal exam preparation. You can also discuss about any particular subject. You may discuss about quant, reasoning, or any law subject that you want to prepare. We will have a discussion on the strategy to prepare for this exam. This is a closed session, so fill the Google form that is attached in the description below if you want to participate in this seminar. Moving on, in week 5, in quant, study time and work, simple interest and compound interest. In reasoning, study analytical reasoning, puzzles, coded blood relations. In English, study sentence rearrangement. You have to continue BPD of July and May. You have to take up few topics of static GA and also practice a lot of MCQs. For law, you can take up administrative law and principles of natural justice, jurisprudence and interpretation of statutes, important Latin terms and maxims. In week 6, for quant, take up AGS, partnership, time and distance. In reasoning, you can start with seating arrangement and data sufficiency. In English, practice reading comprehension and continue with July BPDA and your revision of the previous month's BPDAs. In week 6, I have put up topics of phase 2 in the law section. Insolvency and bankruptcy, code, taxation, law of trust. These are phase 2 topics. So if you have covered few of the phase 1 topics, you can have an understanding and reading of phase 2 topics. Moving to week 7, in quant, you can study topics of train, boat and stream, and DI. I am again mentioning, in case you have less time, you are a working professional, you can't devote that much time, then avoid train, avoid boat and streams, and just start with easy level DI. For reasoning, now start with your revision and practice. Start with attempting questions, attempting mock test and section test. In English, start with questions on fillers, closer tests, idioms, phrases, etc. and continue with your BPDA learning. In law, you can take up topics of Law of Torts and Consumer Protection Act, Arbitration and Conciliation Act, and Transfer of Property Act. In week 8 in Quant, continue with DIs. You can expect 2 DIs, that means 8 to 10 questions on DIs or case-led DI. In reasoning, then continue with your preparation, continue practicing questions on puzzles, on seating arrangements and on various other topics. In English, continue with your revision and section tests. And GA, you have to go on a daily basis for daily BPDs and for revision of the previous months. In law, you can take up Indian Contract Act and Specific Relief Act. Moving to week 9, in Quant, practice DI and number series. In reasoning, practice puzzles and seating arrangements. In English, practice more questions on fillers, closed text, idiom phrases. These hold a major portion of your English paper. In GA, continue with your current affair BPDs, August 2022 and revision. And also continue with your static G. In law topics, take up Indian Penal Code and CRPC Criminal Procedure Code. In week 10, now move to maximum of the practice portion in quant, reasoning and English, and in GA also along with revision, go on with your daily PPDR. In law, study Code of Civil Procedure Code and Indian Evidence Act. Moving to week 11, for quant practice, continue practicing your questions, continue giving the mock test, section test. In GA, continue with your PPDR, and here also in law, revise whatever are your weak areas. Now, understand one thing, I haven't mentioned mock test at any place. That doesn't mean that you don't have to attempt mock test. I have already advised you to attempt a mock test before starting your preparation. Now from the 4th week onward, every weekend you have to attempt one mock test for both the paper 1 and paper 2 for the next 4 weeks. That is till the 8th week you have to attempt one mock test every weekend. Then after the 8th week, from the 9th week onwards, keep on attempting 2 mock tests every week. Increase the frequency because most of the topics will already be covered. And in attempting those mock tests, analyze them, look at your weak spots and again practice questions on your weak areas. If the weak areas are in law, then revise your law subjects. So this is the general idea. I'm again mentioning, if you want a specific idea, if you want to reach out to us, don't forget to join the e-seminar. Fill the Google form in the description below. Also at ixamBee, we offer SEBI Graded Legal Officer online course in which at present we are giving a flat 40% off. We provide you with video lessons, study notes, practice tests. We provide you with more than 3,000 questions for the law subjects only. We provide you with live sessions, interview guidance. So if you're interested for any form of guidance for the study material, you can check out our course. You can also reach out to us on the number mentioned on the screen and they'll explain our course offerings to you. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to get updated information like this. Thank you.